What's going on with the goings on, y'all? Y'all gonna have to forgive me today. I went and seen the dentist, so I'm a little out of it pretty much. You know what I'm talking about? Between the pain meds and the gauze and whatnot. We're gonna try to get through it because we gotta keep it going when it's going when it's going. You know what I'm talking about? Already. So we're gonna get into a few things, you understand me? We're gonna start off with these young players. You know what I'm talking about? Shoot, so you know me, I always, you know what I'm talking about? I said I was gonna watch them. And I was watching them. The only game I really, you know what I'm saying, didn't have to watch too much was the Cleveland and Toronto game. You know what I'm saying? You know? Like I said, Cleveland pretty much they up 2-0. You know what I'm saying? Donovan Mitchell, Spider, he pretty much did his thing. He had 30. And then James Harden had like 28. What surprised me was Mobley. He went to work, didn't he? He had like 25 points. Yeah, he had 25 points. He was like second runner up to player of the year. I mean, defensive player of the year. Excuse my language. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? It's a little nostalgic, but hey, it's gonna get us through. You understand me? Cause I know what to do. Shout out to Harden too. Harden had like 26 or 28. Yeah, he had 28, like I said. Mitchell had 34. Mobley had 25. And you know what I'm saying? They did Toronto tried though, they fought. They just by the third quarter, they was getting blew out. You know what I'm talking about? Now the rest of these games was kind of good. They came down to the wire where motherfuckers stayed in it. You know what I'm saying? Both teams 1-1 right now. So I guess winning is what winning does. You know what I'm talking about? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about the New York Knicks versus the Atlanta Hawks. Now coming into this game, the way Cat was playing in game one, I thought that they was gonna continue going and let Cat do his thing and let Cat keep winning. But they didn't do that. They went to Brunson. Brunson did okay, you know what I'm talking about? He wasn't slacking on his macking. You know what I'm talking about? He had 28 strong points. You know what I'm saying? Only thing about it, I think he was shooting too many threes. You know what I'm saying? Usually he goes straight to the basket, that's what he did in the fourth quarter. But like throughout the game, he would shoot threes that really didn't make no sense to me. He was like 4 of 10 from the three. You know what I'm saying? And two of them came in the last like 2-3 minutes. Me personally, I would have kept going to Cat. You know what I'm talking about? Just like they did the first game, but they forced to go to Cat. They tried to do the same thing this time, and it didn't quite work. You know what I'm talking about? So I think they shouldn't have went to Cat. They should have went to Cat early and let him clean the fourth quarter up instead of letting Brunson do his thing in the fourth quarter, which wasn't nothing wrong with it. It was like a little too late type of thing because Atlanta was going to work. You know what I mean? Quentin Capella and fucking Johnson, they showed up, didn't they? And CJ McCullough had like 32 points. I'm like, damn, look at CJ. I guess you the next villain in Madison Square Garden, huh? Shoot, I'm like, man, uh, that nigga was going to work. Man, at one point I'm like, damn, is they gonna stop CJ McCullough? Cause CJ Shaw did everything he needed to do that game. Every time they needed a big bucket or something, he was right there. So I don't know how that's gonna work in game three. Y'all gonna have to stop him because when I seen him in college, he went to work. He led the Division One in scoring. That's hard. Back in the early 2000s, that was hard to do. So you know what I'm talking about. If y'all want to, y'all can Google him. Shit, he led all 4 years too, didn't you? I know the last two for sure. Well, I think he led all 4 years leading Division One in scoring. He was a machine. Then when you came, this is why we know you. When you came, you was scoring. You know what I'm talking about? So, especially when you was with the Denver Nuggets. When you with the Denver Nuggets? If I ain't mistaken, that's who you drafted, you. But yeah, shout out to CJ McCullough with your 32. You know what it do. What's the next game? The next game is the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Denver Nuggets. Now listen, when I was watching this game, I'm like, damn, here go another game. Maybe I might be right this time. He ain't gonna have enough. He ain't gonna have Ant-Man ain't gonna have a. Ant-Man ain't gonna have enough. Ooh. Ant-Man ain't gonna have enough help. But man, did they help him? I don't know. He had 30. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle had like 24 points. Or 22 points. 24 points, I think it was. 22. And shoot, who else? It was somebody else that helped him too. What's his name again? I can't say his name right. The DiCenzo? I think I'm saying his name right. He had a clutch 3 in the last 4 minutes. I was like, God damn, and they was only up 1, but still. No, they was up 4 at the time. But he hit that clutch 3, I figured the game was over. And just like I thought, it was over with. But shit, DiVincenzo, he was scoring when he needed to. Every time they needed a big bucket, he was there. And if y'all can continue to do that, hey, Denver might be in trouble, but I don't know, man. That nigga Murray, man, he hit a half-court shot at halftime. It was amazing. I'm like, damn, is he good? I don't know. The playoffs was good in game 2. Let's see if they can carry that same momentum to game 3. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I hope they don't run out of gas. Julius Randle, he getting his feelings, and you know what I mean. He act lackadaisical. You can't act lackadaisical in the playoffs. You got to go, 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 go. Cause DiVincenzo gonna go, go, go. Ant-Man definitely gonna go, go, go. You know what I'm talking about? We can get you to get 20 to 30. And what about Rudy Gobert? They shocked the shit out of me. He really shocked me in game 1. I'm like, this nigga playing. And then game 2, he brought the same momentum. I was like, oh shit. I couldn't believe we was in the shocking of events, because I was watching this other program. I'm gonna wait till I finish it before I talk about it. But I was watching the other program and watching that. I had to stop watching my program to tune in to the playoffs. I was like, oh man, y'all making me write shit down. I like this shit. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Denver Nuggets. That was a good game. Let's see, who else we gonna talk about? Oh, that was it for the playoffs. Now let's get into this funky stuff. Man, I want to talk about this young lady so bad, so I'm gonna get straight to it. What's going on with the side chick? Shout out Tasha K. I understand too, Tasha K. Shit, we ain't gotta be friends as long as we associates, man. And I'm cool with it. I ain't never tripping anyway, cause it always come a time I might say something about you, you might say something about me. I ain't tripping on the bush. I know how it go. I just hope you don't do me like Tiffany. Tiffany kind of mean and got a mean streak. You know what I'm talking about? She a good person, but sometimes she can get on her Mary J. Blige. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, shout out to the side chick. I guess young Jock's side chick want to talk again. This ain't her first time talking. This is like her second, maybe 10th time talking. You feel me? I used to follow her on one of my pages. All she want to say is how young Jock did her bad. Let me say this, side chick. You a side chick for a reason. He blew you down. I don't care what he did in the privacy of his own abode. That's what you do when you buy a hotel. You get freaky. So if he did something freaky to you, that's because you wanted to. Then you proceed to say that the woman he with, y'all some in some capacity the same motherfucker? No, she's a lawyer. You a side chick. You feel what I'm saying? That y'all can't be getting the same treatment. You know how much it costs for a motherfucker to become a lawyer? He spent some money. He ain't spend no money on you for real. He freaked you like you wanted to be freaked. You know what I'm talking about? You can't blame nobody for that but yourself. Um, and I hope you win with the endeavors that you're trying to shoot, but this ain't the move. You know what I'm talking about? As much as we talk about celebrities, I don't think you want to be you want to down a celebrity just to push what you got going on. It make you look bad. You know what I'm talking about? But shout out to the guy in the shot who got shot at, the young principal. Man, I hope you okay, young sir. You know what I'm talking about? It looked like he was perfectly fine. You know, they just shot out your car. You know, probably some young niggas that don't know how to shoot. Or even some old niggas that don't know how to shoot for that matter. You know, these niggas be woo wee. Motherfuckers shoot up everything but what they need to be. You understand me? You know, what you was mad because your son got an F? Looking ass. That's the only thing it could be. It started in the home though. You know what I'm talking about? Already. Shout out to Victor Wembanyama. Oh, I'm gonna say his name right. Victor Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying? And him winning defensive player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, good brother. Um let's see, cause I got it all over the place. I told you I'm a little out of it, you know, due to you know what I'm saying, me getting my teeth pulled today. You know, I really not even supposed to go live for real, for real. I should have just kept it what it was. And you know what I'm saying, tried to do something different, but I wasn't listening, you know what I'm talking about? It's all good. Shout out to the West Side gas station, I guess on 6 Mile and Gloucester. You know what I mean? It was an accident, probably at that light, and they pulled up in that Sunoco right there on 6 Mile and Gloucester. And I guess the people that got into the car crash decided they wanted to get out, and the guy in another car, well, the car that got hit, should I say, you know, opened fire. But I do want to respect him a lot because he could have left after he done what he done, but he stayed and he waited until he seen the police, and he shouldn't get no charges. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked like the 300 got out the car. You know what I'm talking about? But you know how things go. I feel like it should nothing really happen to that young man. You know what I'm saying? Or young lady. I really don't know what happened. All I know is two casualties. You know what I'm saying? Two people got gunned down in the situation. But you know, when things like that arise, stay in the car, bro. Wait till the authorities get there so we can sort things out. You know, we can get some understanding. You know what I mean? You trade insurance companies and AAA figure it out after that. You know what I'm talking about? If, and even if you in a no fault situation, it still shouldn't have been no reason for you to have to get out the car. You know what I'm saying? And made a scene of everything. You know what I'm talking about? Um, but yeah, kudos to the young man who stayed, bro. I hope things sort themselves out. Shout out to Drake. I guess the glass melt. I guess the ice melting. I guess Drake decided he wanted to have some more theatrics, and he wanted to put the release date of his album in the ice sculpture. And it really wasn't an ice sculpture. It looked like it was just a bunch of ice from a factory. We put it all in one spot, and we let the fans. The fans made fires. The fans did everything. They was melting the shit out that ice. They was even using big X picks to knock the ice down. One fan even knocked the whole chunk of ice on the ground. Yeah, they was doing a lot to see when the album gonna be released instead of just letting it melt. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm finding out what it was. It might have took a minute, but it would have got done. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Tommy and Summer. I guess over the weekend too. You know what I'm saying? I guess they wanted to I don't know if they was having to get together a party or whatnot, but I guess some glass was broke, and somebody claimed that they got hit over the head with the glass, and then Summer was talking, and Tommy stopped her from talking, and then they asked the police to leave the room, but the police trying to do an investigation, so they can't really leave. You know what I'm saying? But they had a nice little conversation, I would imagine. You know what I'm talking about? And they gonna get to the bottom of it. I don't know what it was, but she said they walked on the glass. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, shout out to Wiz Khalifa giving the motherfucker a goddamn, I don't know what that was, a sleeping shotgun, because the young man was definitely snoring and you was blowing reefer. You know what I'm saying? Y'all take that for what y'all want to take it for. I wanted to say, damn, nigga, why is you giving a person a shotgun while they sleep? That looked like you was kissing that young man. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of kissing that young man, this nigga baby tried to explain the kiss situation. Now, when we was younger, back in the early 2000s, nigga, we made a whole spectacle of that kissing situation. I know it had to be like 2008, maybe 2010. It was one of my first videos, and I talked about that shit. Like, man, why'd you kiss that man? What was you thinking? Like, that was one of my first viral clips. You know what I'm saying? I probably did like 100, but that was one of my first 100. You know what I mean? And this nigga had the nerve to come and tell Jay from the city. Jay was like, damn, was that some mafia shit? That nigga baby was like, nah, you know, I used to be in the street, and, you know, I didn't know if when I went in the street I was ever gonna come home. So I kissed my child. Don't you got a child? When you kiss him, yeah, on your cheek looking ass nigga, and he a whole grown man at the time. So why wouldn't you kiss that grown man on the cheek instead of in the mouth looking ass? Like, what the? But that's nor here nor there. You know what I'm saying? Your excuse is your excuse, because that's not an explanation, sir. That's an excuse. You know, it is a difference when you're trying to framework what's going on. That might be, but when you explaining the situation because they think they know what's going on, they're two different things, sir. You know what I'm talking about? And I don't think you should have tried to explain. It made it just look worse than it already was. Shout out to 420 and Big Pussy. Pause. I don't mean to offend or harm anyone, but I guess it was 420 and a couple people got a bag. Shout out to the 420 tour. You know what I'm talking about? Jay Will and them from Detroit decided they wanted to make a video and document what they did on 420. Shout out to y'all. It looked like y'all had a grand old time. You know what I'm talking about? For real, already. Shout out to Jalen Rose and Mr. Wingate and Mr. King. I hope y'all do a lot with the basketball, football, and all the rest of the programs that go along with the athletics. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all have a grand old time with that. And winning is winning. So, you know what I'm talking about? I hope you continue to do that. You know what I mean? You feel me, good brothers? I do want to shout out this young lady. You know what I mean? I don't mean to offend or harm anyone, but this is my disclaimer. Shout out to Kiki's Loaded Kitchen. Yeah, young lady, you know, God, man, look, motherfuckers are gonna say what they gonna say. As long as you keep doing what you gonna keep doing, then you ain't got no choice but to win. It look like you winning to me. Every time I see you, you got something positive going on. Now, as far as you telling niggas they broke, yeah, I probably wouldn't tell a nigga they broke, but that's just a motherfucker being in their feelings. Let them feel they self. You know what I'm saying? As long as you keep making that spaghetti, baby, hey, everything gonna be everything. You gonna win regardless. And ain't nobody gonna stop it. You know what I'm saying? It was destined. It was preordained. What the church say? Amen. Looking ass. Fuck you talking about. You don't let nobody don't never let nobody tell you nothing wrong. You know what I mean? And if they do, they hating, and you probably doing something right. For real. So keep it right and keep it tight. You understand? Now, DJ Academic, how you doing, good brother? Shake my hand. I normally don't do this, but I told you, young Boosie, that he'll get to you in a minute. And he talked about the Vlad situation. And he said the same thing I would say. Hey, man, that's a Caucasian. That's business. Business is as business does, and that's how you gonna think. You ain't making enough money, it is what it is. He pay you what you want. I'm glad you doing you, nigga. And you need to hurry up before your window close. Cause once your window close, you know what I mean? You know, like the rest of these cats, you ain't got I don't think you got a good enough niche to keep it prosperous. But I mean, cool. If you can to do what you do, but you know what I'm saying, you definitely gonna have to come up with something real good because these people on the internet nowadays, hey, better have something going on when it's going on in the zone, y'all. You understand me already? But shout out to you though. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you keep going. Look at my lip; it's dry. I told you that young anesthesia is starting to wear off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a little out of it. Like I said, please forgive me. And I'm sorry. We'll be better tomorrow for sure. Um, Shout out Drake fan. They put the world on fire. Looking at it. That nigga said, "I'm gonna set fire to the top of this, and we gonna melt to the bottom." I guess that was your idea. You must have been watching the same show I was watching. Looking at. I say these niggas really want to know when he gonna let that bitch go. Shit, I'm just gonna sit back and wait. You know what I mean? I'm patient. You know what I mean? Already. Shout out to Honeycomb Breezy. Honeycomb Breezy said, Atlanta, be quiet. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in trouble, so I ain't gonna say what I thought he was, what he did say. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, shout out to Honeycomb Breezy. I guess Charleston White decided to say that Atlanta wasn't doing what Atlanta was supposed to be doing, and Atlanta is like a melting pot now. It's not. It's not a kilt. It ain't burning warm water. They got the teas going and the sour sap and all the other bullshit that go along with the black culture, and they running it dry for real, for real. It went from winning to TV dinner and everything microwaved. You know what I'm talking about? And that's just like anything else black people do. They don't know how to just let it go as a moderation. They want to flood the gates. And when you flood it, you know what I'm saying, you get oversaturated. When you get oversaturated, everything sounds the same. But shout out to Honeycomb Breezy. Let's see. It was shout out to Bud. Terrence Crawford. I guess Terrence Crawford went on the podcast and said Manny Pacquiao is a cheater. That nigga run the whole country. So what? That nigga bought Mayweather's boxing gym. He doing something right. If he did cheat. You know what I'm talking about? He cheated for a very long time and no one brought it up. I mean, I said something about it a long, long time ago, but it didn't go nowhere, so I ain't think nothing of it. I was just like, oh well. It is what it is. I guess they gonna continue to do what they gonna do, but I'm gonna find me something to do. Cause I ain't in the trying to find it out or cover it up or none of that. I ain't good at lying. I'm just not good at it. But I'm good at fabricating the truth. I'm good at hiding the truth. But as far as telling a fib, it just what I'm talking about? I don't know how to do that. So once it was what it was, I was hoping it was gonna be what it's gonna be, but you know how it be. Motherfuckers just make shit happen the way it's supposed to happen. Damn, I don't even think I could read this right. Shout out to DDG. I guess DDG went to a Foot Locker. I don't know if it was random or not. You know how the world go, how people do their little skits these days. But I guess he went to Foot Locker, seen his cousin, and decided to buy his cousin shoes. I'm glad you did it better than most motherfuckers. They see their cousin, they keep going. Or they act like that wasn't their cousin, ass nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Know how many times I done seen a cousin or a YouTuber or somebody I may know, and I act like I'm good at that too. I ain't like I act like I don't know him. I just, you know what I'm saying? You doing you, I'm doing me. And we just keep it moving. We ain't gotta be acting like no goddamn fools. Oh my God. And what you think about that? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. You know, me personally, I don't want you to know about what I'm doing anyway. You feel what I'm saying? I want to keep it low key. I want to, you know what I'm saying, discreet as possible. That's why I named myself Devontae Streeter. You know what I'm talking about? It means a whole lot of things to me. I don't know what it means to you. Probably nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Let's see who else I want to talk about. Shout out to Wale. I seen you on the red carpet premiere. Um, you had the little Mike Jack look. That was all right, sir. I'm I'm definitely that's definitely where it's at. And shoot, that's definitely where I want to be in the world. And when it comes to fashion, that's who I used to be about 10, 20 years ago. I'd be fashionista like a motherfucker. I think in the last 5 years though, I just been so prominent on life and trying to make life better for the people around me. You know what I'm talking about? And if it took me to lose to do that, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? So my fashion sense is still up to par. It ain't as vast as it used to be. You know what I'm talking about? Back in the day, they used to call me Shoe Gang. Not even back in the day, about 5 years ago, they used to call me Shoe Gang. You know what I'm saying? My game still ain't slacking now. You know what I'm saying? I'm always, they all to you, but shit, you know what I'm talking about? Probably got another year or two wear on them. You know what I mean? I don't be tripping on the push. Hold on. Do I gotta go a little slower so you can see where I was at with it? Yeah, I'm always reimagining. I ain't never, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't never fucked up. Like, that don't make sense to me. I don't know how to be that, but, you know what I'm saying? I know how to keep it discreet now, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Keep it real low key, you know what I'm saying? And just make the best of what I got type. But, I guess it took me a while to even thinking like that, you know what I'm saying? Plus, you know what I'm saying? People got a lot of going on. And, a couple years ago, I was being rolled on. Right. Everything was riding on me. You know what I'm saying? The little bit I got, I had to give up. You know what I mean? It's been hard for me now. But, hey, I know things get greater later. God always got a mission for me. And I'm going to complete that bitch regardless to the fact. You know what I mean? But shout out to you, though, good brother. Let me see. I got another. I know I had another page over here somewhere. Damn. We might be getting up out of here quicker than I thought. Yeah, you guys. Like, we gonna get on up out of here. It's been relatively quick. We didn't even do a whole 30 minutes of this thing. And this thing already over with. But we gonna get back into some more playoffs today too. You know what I'm talking about? So, and my story gonna be a little better because I ain't gonna be under the weather. You know what I'm saying? I might have something going on when it's going on in the zone. You understand me? You dig that? And it wasn't too much profanity on here, so it might go a little fast. You know what I'm talking about? For real, for real. But you know what it is, and you know how it goes. When you see the Facilla fan, you know it's real. And with all that being said, as the old saying goes, the smoke's gone, I'm gone.